Hey, what's happening? It's Dr. McLean with Vital Energy Chiropractic. Several years ago, my family and I, we were down in Mexico, just hanging out, having a great time. And I'm out in the ocean with my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law. And we're just standing there having fun, enjoying ourselves. We're about maybe chest deep in water. And all of a sudden I step, and the only way I can describe it is it felt like I stepped on a stingray. This slippery thing slid out from underneath my foot. Now, I've never stepped on a stingray before, so that's the one thing I could think of it, that it felt like. And I kind of yelled, and I yelled to my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law that were right next to me. I said, I think I just stepped on a stingray. And they laughed at me, and they thought I was ridiculous, and they were kind of making fun of me. And like 10 seconds later, as we're standing there shoulder to shoulder, looking out in the ocean, this stingray comes flying out of the water, like 10 feet in front of us, flying out of the water and flies through the air. Didn't even know that they could do this. Flies right in front of us, kind of like, hey, screw you, you just stepped on me. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. But another thing about the ocean, if you've ever spent time in the ocean, if you're swimming, at least the places I've been, there's always been some type of a current. So you've got the waves coming in, but you'll notice you'll be playing in the ocean and swimming, and next thing you know, you'll stop and you go look back where your beach blanket was, and you're maybe 50 yards or 100 yards or 200 yards down from where you had initially went into the ocean. Why? Because there's always this current kind of pulling you sideways. But it happens so subtly that you don't even realize it. So you're swimming, playing around, next thing you know, you're 100 yards down or 200 yards down the beach. It's kind of amazing. And this is really true. So it's insidious. You don't even know what's happening. This is really true when it comes to disease. Heart disease, cancer, type 2 diabetes. These things do not happen overnight. They're insidious. They happen slowly. I'll give you an example. This is from the British Journal of General Practice. And it said NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, aspirin, ibuprofen, things like that, are responsible for 30% of the admissions for adverse drug reactions, mainly due to bleeding, heart attack, stroke, and renal damage. So we take aspirin, ibuprofen, at least here in the United States. We take those things like they're candy. You buy them over the counter, they're totally safe. Yet they're saying 30% of the adverse drug reactions coming into emergency rooms and urgent cares are from these drugs. It said in primary care, 6% of the patients prescribed NSAIDs reconsulted their general practitioner or doctor with a potential adverse drug reaction over the next 2 months. Now, I was fortunate I learned about these drugs over 20 years ago, and I haven't taken any of those things since. We don't take them in our family. We don't have them in our household. People say, what do you do when you have a headache or something like that? Well, we get adjusted, we drink water, or we just suffer through the headache because it's there for a reason, okay? So I'm saying this, I'm not telling you never to take an aspirin, ibuprofen. That's your choice. But understand the disease process is insidious. So you have to be proactive, okay? Just like being in the ocean, if you're not swimming back towards a current, going back the other way, you're just gonna keep pushed down. So if you're not taking action, like getting your spine adjusted, doing your spinal rehab, eating healthier foods, exercising, then disease process is unfortunately, most likely, going to happen to you. So you have to be proactive. And in the Western medicine, this isn't a knock against medicine, but the Western medicine approach to preventative medicine is early detection of a colon cancer, early detection of breast cancer. That's not preventative. Okay? Preventative is not getting the disease in the first place, which means you have to be active. And chiropractic to me is maybe the only form, at least maybe that's my opinion, but if not the only form, the best form of true health care. Because again, your brain and nervous system runs everything in your body, runs your heart, your lungs, your cells, your tissues. And if there's any interference to the nerves, those things cannot function the way that they're supposed to. So get the pressure off there, you're going to function and heal better. Yes, you still have to eat healthy, you still have to exercise. You have to do those things as well, but start with chiropractic as your foundation.